Right now, the time is 9:34 into a story posted on WCNC, the website, about a North Carolina family that just filed a lawsuit. It could be the first of many lawsuits against the popular gaming platform Roblox, alleging the company failed to protect their 10-year-old daughter. That lawsuit was filed in Guilford County Superior Court, claiming the child was groomed and coerced into sending explicit images in exchange for Robux. That's the currency, the platform's virtual currency. So to help us understand the legal implications of this case, we are joined this morning by Ben Whitley of the Whitley Law Firm. Hi, Ben. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, Jane. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. So a lot to unpack here,
Sure.
Obviously. So this lawsuit, what does it allege? And if you can break down some of the charges.
Sure. The issue here is a lack of any type of warning for parents and a lack of safety protocols. Essentially, anyone can sign up for this very well-known, popular online platform and indicate of any age without any verification. And what this is allowed for is an entry of predators, of bad actors that have been able, and especially in the case of our client, lure them through the coercion of the Robux, which are the credits that kids can obtain as they kind of go into this online world. And so by soliciting those children and using that, they created an inappropriate relationship that caused such great harm to my client that we brought a lawsuit not only for her harm, but to bring awareness of what's going on. Jane, you know, there's some attorney generals out there now that are looking into this, members of Congress, but we wanted to make a stand here in North Carolina early and let this company know that we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior for North Carolina families, and certainly want others to know about it.
Yeah, the suit also claiming that Roblox misrepresented itself as this safe platform while knowingly allowing predators to operate safely. What would your clients have to do then to prove and establish this claim legally?
Well, sure. So, and of course, they've tried now to change some of their verification projects, and like I said, it's a little too late. Even one of their own executives had indicated, well, if we try to do more safety protocols, we won't be able to get enough users, and enough users is what we need for our stock valuation. So there's some smoking memos in there, but what we have to prove is in a civil court, and that's where this has been filed, that they were negligent and they did not warn, or that they allowed for this to happen, and therefore these harms occurred because of that. And so that will be proved in a courtroom. And, you know, I trust North Carolina juries, and the North Carolina juries there in Guilford County are going to make the right decision when it gets there.
When, we talk about Roblox, a popular platform, I know my nieces also were really into it. They have I'm looking at 300 million monthly users.
It's a huge platform. And what has happened is, since it's been out since 2006, a lot of the kids that were in it early have kind of grown up with it. And that is what's happened with our client, being 10 and having had that experience early in her life, and because it's so big, Jane, it's a trusted platform, and I know that parents out there, but wanted to believe that this would be a safe thing, wanted to trust that this company would be safe, would have the proper protocols in place, and no, this company was more interested in getting users.
So what do you say then legally? Do gaming platforms have legal obligations to protect minors?
I do believe that they do, and I want to have hopefully that this lawsuit will establish a precedent to do that. I mean, there has to be some level of responsibility if you are putting a platform that is designed for children, a vulnerable population, and the current state of what we know out there. And so why would it, even if it causes you to lose a couple of subscribers, why not have a more robust verification process in there, a more robust warning process for parents so that they know what's happening? I mean, this is a really tragic case. I hope it continues to get awareness, and we'll see what the facts as they come out. It'll be public as these facts are released.
Yeah, I said that this is the first of potentially many lawsuits against Roblox in North Carolina. What does this suggest? What is pointing to the potential that this could be bigger?
Well, I think what we're seeing, not just in North Carolina, there have been seven different states that we've filed, but also what we're seeing in the different attorney generals that are investigating this. States themselves can investigate on consumer protection or protecting the public. And with lawyers in civil courts is kind of like the great American regulator. You know, we don't have a whole lot of regulations, but what we do have is a civil right that people can bring if they're harmed. So if there is a harm, and then we have to balance the losses. So this is the system we have. It is, I believe, the best system there is, but it is designed to hold corporate actors responsible when they break rules or they don't protect these vulnerable populations.
And I guess it is encouraging that we are seeing increased scrutiny
Yes.
on social media, gaming platforms to be more responsible when it comes to child safety, right?
Right.
So, you know, could this be serve as a precedent to a broader legal landscape?
Yeah, Jane, and that is also the design of the civil justice system. It's punitive, but it also is deterrent, and it's deterring other corporations. So as we go into this new world of AI and all these other worlds that are being created in these companies, as they see what's happened to Roblox and the lawsuit, then they're going to say, you know what, we don't want that to happen to us. We better really drill down on our verification. That's the hope of the deterrent nature of this type of claim.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't want to be any kind of detriment to the case, but
Sure.
What is some of the challenge then for your clients when it comes to facing a big corporation like this?
Well, they've got unlimited funds. You know, they've got it's this kind of the same. They don't have unlimited funds. Obviously, there's a limit to it, but it's the same profit over people. I mean, they are able to, you know, hire teams of lawyers. But one of the things, the great thing about our North Carolina court system, it is the leveling playing field. So when we walk into that courtroom with our family, this big corporation with all their lawyers, we're all on the same level playing field, and they see us that way, and that's the great American civil justice system at work.
And for parents or educators watching this who might have children using Roblox or similar platforms, what is the advice that they should know about protecting their legal rights?
Right, and it's the ones that I know a lot of parents are already out there doing, which is monitoring what their kids are on or having the systems. But with Roblox, it is going beyond what you normally would trust. If it is a trusted type platform and you believe that everything is okay, you go further than that and ask questions about kind of the activities. These were games that were horrible, kind of weird, and you can read online about what the names of them were, but asking questions about actual activity, and maybe you might get more clues. But again, there's a lot of resources out there. I encourage parents to ask questions, of course, if they think that something like this may be happening to their kid.
All right. And then, you know, as you are staying on top of this, what should we be watching for as this case moves through the system?
Right. So we're going to go into what's called a discovery phase, and that means that we're going to be able to take depositions of various corporate representatives that will have to answer to the evidence that we already have and answer to what has happened to our client. As that progresses, then we'll lead to a trial date, and of course, once we get there, there would be a public way that more information would come. But we're going to be as transparent as legally that we can. We certainly agree that we can't make a conclusion right now. We'll let the jury decide. But Jane, we want to share as much as we can to make sure that there's awareness.
All right. Anything else we should know or the community should know about this lawsuit and the potential impact?
Well, other than it's a good wake-up call, and it's a wake-up call for other companies, but also just for parents out there. I wish everybody the best. I know it's tough out there. It's tough figuring this stuff out, but we hope to clean up the bad actors.
All right, very good. Ben Whitley shedding some light on this case, the first in North Carolina against the big video platform, the gaming platform, Roblox. So thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, thanks, Jane. Anytime.
That was cool. All right.